Welcome to our channel. Today we are going to talk about how to live freely. Not freely outside only. Freely inside. Because many people are walking, working, smiling, and talking every day, but inside they are not free. Their mind is heavy. Their heart is tired. Their thoughts are noisy. They are carrying too much pressure. Pressure to be perfect. Pressure to impress people. Pressure to prove themselves. Pressure to win every argument. Pressure to control everything. Pressure to look happy even when they are breaking inside. But life was not given to you only to carry stress. Life was not given to you only to worry about what people think. Life was not given to you only to compare, overthink, and feel behind. You are here to breathe. You are here to grow. You are here to love. You are here to experience peace. You are here to live with a heart that is not always trapped in fear. Living freely does not mean you become careless. It does not mean you stop taking responsibility. It does not mean you ignore your duties. Living freely means you stop allowing every small thing to control your peace. It means you stop living inside people's opinions. It means you stop fighting battles that do not deserve your energy. It means you stop making life heavier than it needs to be. Sometimes, the biggest prison is not outside you. It is inside your mind. Overthinking is a prison. Comparison is a prison. Fear is a prison. People-pleasing is a prison. Regret is a prison. Trying to control everything is a prison. And the beautiful truth is this: you can come out of that prison slowly, one thought at a time, one choice at a time, one peaceful decision at a time. In this video, we are going to learn 7 ways to live freely. These ways will help you take things lightly, win your inner battles, live for yourself, practice gratitude, share happiness, find satisfaction, and stop comparison. And if you truly understand these things, your life can become lighter. Your mind can become calmer. Your heart can feel more peaceful. You may realize that many things you were carrying were never meant to be carried for so long. So take a deep breath. Relax your shoulders. Calm your mind. And listen with an open heart. Because sometimes freedom does not come from changing everything around you. Sometimes freedom begins when something changes inside you. Way 1. Take things lightly. One of the most powerful ways to live freely is to take things lightly. Many people make life heavy because they take everything too seriously. One small comment, one delayed reply, one mistake, one bad day, one failure, one misunderstanding, one person's opinion. And suddenly, their whole mood changes. Their mind starts running. Their heart becomes heavy. They think again and again. Why did this happen? Why did they say that? What will people think? What if I fail? What if I am not good enough? But living freely begins when you learn to take things lightly. Not because life is meaningless, but because your peace is meaningful. Not everything deserves your full emotional energy. Not every opinion deserves a reaction. Not every mistake deserves self-hate. Not every delay means your life is failing. Not every problem is the end of the world. Sometimes you need to pause and say, "It is okay. This is not the end. I can handle this. I do not need to lose my peace over this." This simple mindset can give you so much relief. Taking things lightly does not mean you stop caring. It means you stop carrying unnecessary weight. You still care about your goals. You still care about your relationships. You still care about your future. You still care about doing the right thing. But you do not allow every small situation to destroy your inner peace. Think about this. If you carry one small stone in your hand, it is not heavy. But if you carry that same stone for many hours, It becomes painful. Many people do this with small problems. They carry one small comment for the whole day. They carry one mistake for many years. They carry one rejection like it defines their whole life. They carry one failure like it is their final identity. But you do not have to live like that. You are allowed to put the stone down. You are allowed to say, "This happened, but I will not carry it forever." You are allowed to move forward with a lighter heart. Life becomes more peaceful when you stop turning every moment into a battle. Someone misunderstands you. Take it lightly. You do not need to explain yourself to everyone. Someone criticizes you. Take it lightly. Take what is useful and leave what is bitter. Something does not happen on time. Take it lightly. Delay does not mean denial. You make a mistake. Take it lightly. Correct it, learn from it, and keep going. A plan fails. Take it lightly. Maybe life is showing you another direction. This is maturity. A free person is not someone who has no problems. A free person is someone who does not become a prisoner of every problem. When you take things lightly, you breathe better. You smile more naturally. You stop reacting so quickly. You stop making small things bigger in your mind. You stop punishing yourself for being human. You become softer with life. And life becomes softer inside you. Many people are tired not because life is always too hard, but because their mind is always fighting. They fight the past. They fight the future. They fight people's words. They fight their own mistakes. They fight things they cannot change. But when you take things lightly, you stop fighting everything. You start choosing peace. You start saying, "I will not make this bigger than it is. I will not let this steal my whole day. I will not destroy my peace for something temporary." This is freedom. Take life seriously enough to grow, but lightly enough to enjoy. Work hard, but do not torture yourself. Love people, but do not lose yourself. Learn from mistakes, but do not hate yourself. Plan for the future, but do not forget to live today. This balance is beautiful, because when you take things lightly, life becomes easier to carry. Your heart becomes less heavy. Your mind becomes less noisy. And you finally understand that peace is more important than proving, reacting, and controlling everything. So from today, take a deep breath and say, "I choose lightness. I choose peace. I choose not to carry everything." That is how freedom begins. Way 2. Win your inner battles. Before you live freely outside, you must win your inner battles inside. Because the biggest battles in life are not always seen by other people. Some battles happen silently in the mind. The battle with fear. The battle with overthinking. The battle with self-doubt. The battle with anger. The battle with comparison. The battle with old pain. The battle with negative thoughts. The battle with the voice that says, "You are not enough." People may see your smile, but they may not see the war inside you. They may see your normal face, but they may not know how many thoughts you are fighting. They may see you working, studying, talking, and living, but they may not know that inside, you are trying to stay strong. This is why winning your inner battles is so important. Because even if everything looks good outside, you cannot feel free if your mind is always attacking you. You cannot feel free if your thoughts are always against you. You cannot feel free if you are always living in fear. Inner freedom begins when you stop believing every negative thought. A thought may say, "You cannot do this," but you can answer, "I can try." A thought may say, "You are behind," but you can answer. My journey has its own timing. A thought may say, people will judge you. But you can answer, their opinion is not my prison. A thought may say, your past ruined everything. But you can answer, my past taught me, but it does not own me. This is how you win inner battles. Not by becoming perfect, but by refusing to surrender your peace to every negative voice. Your mind can create fear, but your awareness can create freedom. Sometimes your mind tells stories that are not true. It says people are thinking badly about you. It says you will fail. It says nothing will change. It says you are not good enough. It says everyone is ahead of you. But you must ask yourself, is this truth or is this fear? This one question can save your peace. Because not every thought is true. Some thoughts are only fear. Some thoughts are only old pain. Some thoughts are only insecurity. Some thoughts are only habits your mind learned over time. You do not have to follow them. You do not have to obey them. You can choose a better thought. You can choose a calmer response. You can choose peace again. Winning your inner battles also means forgiving yourself. Many people are not free because they are still punishing themselves. They punish themselves for old mistakes, old decisions, old failures, old relationships, old versions of themselves. They keep saying, why did I do that? Why was I like that? Why did I waste time? Why did I trust the wrong person? But freedom begins when you say, I was learning. I did not know everything then. I made mistakes, but I can grow. I can become better. I do not need to hate myself forever. This is not weakness. This is healing. You cannot build a peaceful life while constantly attacking yourself. You need to become your own support, your own friend, your own safe place. When life becomes hard, do not speak to yourself like an enemy. Speak to yourself with patience. Say, I am trying. I am growing. I can start again. I can take one step. I do not have to solve my whole life today. That last line is very important. You do not have to solve your whole life today. Sometimes freedom means taking only the next peaceful step. Not the whole staircase, just one step. Drink water, take rest, pray, write your thoughts, go for a walk. Say no to one negative thought. Do one small good thing for yourself. These small acts help you win the inner battle. Inner battles are won through daily choices. Choosing peace instead of overthinking. Choosing discipline instead of laziness. Choosing self-respect instead of begging. Choosing gratitude instead of complaint. Choosing courage instead of fear. Choosing healing instead of holding pain. Every time you choose better, you become more free. Maybe nobody claps for these battles. Maybe nobody sees them. But they matter. When you stop reacting to every emotion, you win. When you stop comparing yourself, you win. When you speak kindly to yourself, you win. When you let go of something that was hurting you, you win. When you choose peace instead of drama, you win. When you keep going even with a tired heart, you win. That is real strength. Freedom is not only doing what you want. Freedom is no longer being controlled by what hurts you. No longer controlled by fear. No longer controlled by people's opinions. No longer controlled by your past. No longer controlled by negative thoughts. No longer controlled by the pressure to be perfect. So win your inner battles gently. Do not fight yourself with hate. Guide yourself with love. Do not force yourself with pressure. Lead yourself with patience. Do not insult yourself into change. Encourage yourself into growth. Because the moment you become peaceful inside, life outside becomes easier to face. You may still have problems, but they will not control you the same way. You may still have difficult days, but you will not lose yourself so easily. You may still feel fear, but fear will not be your master. That is inner freedom. And when you win inside, you begin to live freely outside. Way 3. Live for yourself. Live for yourself. Not selfishly, not rudely, not by hurting others, but honestly, peacefully, with self-respect. Many people are not tired because life is too hard. They are tired because they are living a life that does not feel like their own. They make choices only to impress people. They hide their real feelings because they fear judgment. They say yes when their heart is saying no. They follow paths they do not love because society told them to. They smile when they are hurting. They pretend to be okay because they do not want to disappoint anyone. Slowly, they lose themselves. They become experts at pleasing people, but strangers to their own heart. This is not freedom. Living freely begins when you ask yourself a deep question. Am I living my life, or am I only performing for others? This question can wake you up. Because many people live like they are on a stage. They are always thinking, what will people say? Will they like me? Will they judge me? Will they understand me? Will they approve of my choices? But if your whole life depends on approval, you will never feel truly free. Because people's opinions change. Today they may praise you. Tomorrow they may criticize you. Today they may support you. Tomorrow they may misunderstand you. If you build your life only on people's opinions, your peace will never be stable. So learn to live for yourself. This does not mean you stop loving your family. It does not mean you stop caring about people. It does not mean you become careless. It means you stop sacrificing your whole soul just to make everyone comfortable. You are allowed to have dreams. You are allowed to have preferences. You are allowed to choose your path. You are allowed to rest. You are allowed to say, "This is not for me." You are allowed to become a different version of yourself. You are allowed to grow in a direction that others may not understand. That is freedom. Living for yourself means you listen to your own heart with respect. Ask yourself, what kind of life gives me peace? What kind of person do I want to become? What do I truly value? What am I doing only because I'm afraid of judgment? What would I choose if I stopped trying to impress everyone? These questions are powerful. They bring you back to yourself. Because sometimes the real you is buried under expectations. Expectations from family. Expectations from society. Expectations from friends. Expectations from social media. Expectations from your past self. But your life is not meant to be only a reaction to expectations. Your life is meant to be lived with awareness, with meaning, with courage, with peace. Living for yourself also means taking responsibility for your happiness. Do not wait for everyone to understand you before you begin. Do not wait for everyone to approve before you grow. Do not wait for someone else to give you permission to live peacefully. You must give yourself permission. Permission to start again. Permission to change. Permission to learn. Permission to be different. Permission to choose peace. Permission to protect your energy. Permission to live a life that feels true to you. Many people feel trapped because they are waiting for approval from people who may never give it. But sometimes, freedom begins when you stop asking for permission. You do not need to explain every dream to everyone. You do not need to prove every decision to everyone. You do not need to make everyone understand your journey. Some people will understand. Some people will not. And that is okay. Your life can still move forward. Live with kindness, but do not lose your identity. Live with love, but do not abandon yourself. Live with respect, but do not become a prisoner of people's expectations. Because at the end of the day, you have to live with your own choices. You have to sleep with your own thoughts. You have to carry your own heart. You have to walk your own path. So make sure the life you are living has your truth inside it, not only other people's voices. Living for yourself brings relief. You stop pretending so much. You stop forcing yourself into places where your heart feels heavy. You stop saying yes to everything. You stop chasing people who never value you. You stop comparing your life to everyone else. You stop trying to become someone you were never meant to be. And slowly, you feel lighter. Because the most peaceful life is not the life that impresses everyone. It is the life that feels honest inside your own heart. So live for yourself. Choose what helps you grow. Choose what gives you peace. Choose what makes your soul breathe. Choose the path that makes you respect yourself more. You do not have to be perfect. You do not have to be understood by everyone. You do not have to win every person's approval. You only need to live with a heart that can say, I am not betraying myself anymore. That is freedom. Way 4. Gratitude changes everything. Gratitude changes everything. Not because it makes life perfect, but because it changes the way you see your life. Many people think they will become grateful only after everything becomes good. They say, I will be grateful when I get success. I will be grateful when I have more money. I will be grateful when people respect me. I will be grateful when my life becomes easy. But gratitude does not begin after life becomes perfect. Gratitude begins when you learn to notice what is already good, even while life is still imperfect. This is a powerful way to live freely, because an ungrateful mind always feels poor. Even if it has many blessings, it still feels empty. It keeps looking at what is missing. It keeps saying, I do not have enough. My life is not enough. I am behind. Others have more. Nothing good is happening for me. This kind of thinking makes life heavy, but a grateful mind feels lighter. It says, I may not have everything, but I still have something. I may be struggling, but I am still breathing. I may be waiting, but I am still growing. I may not be where I want to be, but I am not where I used to be. This mindset brings peace. Gratitude does not deny your problems. It simply reminds you that your problems are not your whole life. Yes, you may have stress, but maybe you also have food today. Yes, you may have worries, but maybe you also have people who care about you. Yes, you may have slow progress, but maybe you are still learning. Yes, you may have pain, but maybe you also have strength that helped you survive until today. Gratitude opens your eyes. It helps you see the small blessings you are ignoring. A peaceful morning, a glass of water, a safe place to sleep, a kind word from someone, a lesson learned from pain, a chance to start again, a body that carried you through another day. A mind that still wants to grow. These things may look small, but they are not small. They are life. And when you start noticing them, your heart becomes softer. Your mind becomes calmer. Your life becomes less heavy. Many people lose freedom because they are always chasing the next thing. Next goal, next success, next phone, next house, next relationship, next achievement, next dream. There is nothing wrong with wanting growth. Growth is beautiful. But if you cannot appreciate today, even tomorrow may not feel enough. Because a restless mind can reach a new place and still feel empty. Gratitude teaches balance. It says, work for more, but appreciate what you have. Dream bigger, but do not hate your present life. Improve yourself, but do not insult your current journey. Move forward, but do not forget the blessings already around you. This balance brings freedom. You are no longer controlled by endless wanting. You are no longer always waiting for happiness in the future. You begin to find small moments of peace today. Gratitude also changes your emotional energy. When you focus only on what is missing, your heart feels tight. But when you focus on what is present, your heart begins to open. You become more patient, more peaceful, more humble, more hopeful. You complain less, you breathe more, you notice more, you enjoy more. That is why gratitude is powerful. It does not always change your situation immediately, but it changes your inner world. And when your inner world changes, your whole life feels different. A simple practice can help you. Every night, before sleeping, ask yourself, what are 3 things I can be thankful for today? Do not search only for big things. Search for small things. I had food. I learned something. I smiled today. I survived a difficult moment. I practiced something. I received a kind message. I got another chance. This small habit can slowly heal your mind, because your mind learns where to look. If you train your mind to look only at problems, it will find problems everywhere. But if you train your mind to notice blessings, it will also find reasons to be peaceful. Gratitude is not weakness. It is wisdom. It is the ability to say, life is not perfect, but life is still precious. My journey is not easy, but I still have reasons to continue. I do not have everything, but I will not ignore what I already have. This is a beautiful freedom, because the grateful person is not easily controlled by comparison. They are not always jealous. They are not always restless. They are not always waiting for life to become perfect before they smile. They can find peace in simple things, and that is a rich life. So from today, practice gratitude. Be thankful for small things. Be thankful for lessons. Be thankful for progress. Be thankful for people who support you. Be thankful for the strength that kept you alive through hard days. Be thankful for the chance to begin again. Because gratitude changes everything. It turns pressure into peace. It turns complaint into awareness. It turns ordinary moments into blessings. It turns, I have nothing into, I still have enough to keep going. And when you truly feel grateful, life becomes lighter. Your heart stops running so much. Your mind stops fighting so much. You begin to breathe and say, maybe my life is not perfect, but it is still meaningful. That feeling is freedom. Way 5. Sharing happiness. One beautiful way to live freely is to share happiness. Many people think happiness is something they must keep only for themselves. They think, when my life becomes perfect, then I will smile. When I become successful, then I will be happy. When I get everything I want, then I will enjoy life. But happiness does not always come after everything is perfect. Sometimes happiness grows when you share small goodness with others. A kind word, a small smile, a helpful action, a peaceful message, a simple encouragement, a little time given to someone who needs it. These small things can make life feel lighter. When you share happiness, your heart becomes open. You stop living only inside your own stress. You stop thinking only about your own problems. You begin to see that other people also need love, hope, and kindness. And when you become a reason for someone's smile, something inside you also heals. This does not mean you must give everything to everyone. It does not mean you must forget yourself. It does not mean you must solve everyone's problems. Sharing happiness does not mean losing yourself. It means giving light without destroying your own peace. You can share happiness in simple ways. Say something kind. Appreciate someone. Listen to someone. Help someone if you can. Celebrate someone's small success. Send a positive message. Be gentle with people. Do not laugh at someone's mistake. Do not make someone feel small. Do not add pain to a world that is already heavy. Sometimes one kind sentence can give someone strength for the whole day. Maybe someone is silently tired. Maybe someone is feeling alone. Maybe someone is trying not to give up. Maybe someone needs only one person to say, "You are doing well. Keep going." You can be that person. And when you become that person, your own life becomes more meaningful. Because real freedom is not only about removing pain from your own life. Real freedom is also about becoming peaceful enough that you do not spread pain to others. A free person does not carry bitterness everywhere. A free person does not hurt others just because they were hurt. A free person does not make every conversation heavy. A free person brings calmness. They bring kindness. They bring hope. They remind people that life still has beauty. Sharing happiness also teaches you that joy is not always found in big things. It can be found in simple moments. Laughing with a friend, helping your family, giving food to someone, teaching what you know, supporting someone's dream, praying for someone, sitting peacefully with someone, making someone feel heard. These moments may look small, but they are not small. They are the soft parts of life, and life becomes beautiful because of these soft parts. Many people chase big happiness and ignore small happiness. They wait for a perfect day, but they miss the small blessings of today. They wait for big success, but they forget the joy of small progress. They wait for someone to make them happy, but they forget they can also create happiness. Sharing happiness gives you power because it changes your focus. Instead of always asking, "What am I missing?" you begin asking, "What can I give?" Instead of always thinking, "Why is my life difficult?" you begin thinking, "How can I bring light into this moment?" This shift gives freedom, because when your heart learns to give, it stops feeling empty all the time. You begin to understand that happiness is not only something you receive, happiness is also something you create. So share happiness, not loudly, not for attention, not to prove that you are good. Share it quietly, honestly, peacefully, because a life that gives peace also receives peace. And when you become a person who adds light to others, your own heart becomes lighter too. Way 6. Satisfaction. Satisfaction is one of the deepest forms of freedom. Satisfaction means learning to say, "I have enough for this moment." It does not mean you stop dreaming. It does not mean you stop growing. It does not mean you stop working hard. It means you stop living with a hungry heart that never feels complete. Many people have many things, but still they feel empty. They achieve one goal, but immediately they want another. They buy one thing, but soon they want something bigger. They reach one level, but they feel jealous of someone above them. They keep running, running, and running. But inside, they never feel peaceful. This is because success without satisfaction becomes a never-ending race. You keep reaching new places, but your heart never arrives. Satisfaction teaches you to pause, to look around, to breathe, to notice what is already in your life. It teaches you to say, "My life is not perfect, but there is still something good here. I am still growing, but I can respect where I am today. I want more, but I will not hate what I already have." This is a very peaceful way to live, because without satisfaction, even blessings start feeling small. You may have food, but you complain about taste. You may have a home, but you compare it with someone else's house. You may have progress, but you ignore it because someone is ahead. You may have people who care, but you focus only on those who left. An unsatisfied mind always finds a reason to feel poor. But a satisfied heart finds peace even in simple things. A quiet evening, a clean room, a warm cup of tea, a small achievement, a peaceful walk, a good conversation, a day without too much stress, a chance to learn again. These things may not look big, but they are life. Satisfaction helps you enjoy life before it becomes perfect. And this is important because life may never be completely perfect. There will always be something to improve, something to fix, something to wait for, something to understand, something to build. If you wait for perfection before feeling peaceful, you may keep waiting forever. So, learn satisfaction now. Be thankful for the present while working for the future. This is balance. A satisfied person can still have goals. They can still work hard. They can still dream big. They can still improve themselves. But they do not hate their current life while building a better one. They do not insult their small progress. They do not reject their own journey. They move forward with peace, not pressure. This is real freedom. Because pressure says, "You are nothing until you achieve more." Satisfaction says, "You are already valuable and you can still grow." Pressure says, "Your life is behind." Satisfaction says, "Your life has its own pace." Pressure says, "More, more, more." Satisfaction says, "Grow, but also breathe." Satisfaction also protects you from unnecessary desires. Not every desire is needed. Not every trend is for you. Not everything people have will make you happy. Sometimes we want things only because others have them. Sometimes we chase things only because social media showed them to us. Sometimes we feel unhappy not because our life is bad, but because we are looking too much at other people's lives. Satisfaction brings you back to your own life. It helps you ask, what do I truly need? What actually gives me peace? What kind of life feels meaningful to me? What am I chasing only because others are chasing it? These questions can save your peace. Because a satisfied person is not easily controlled by the outside world. They can see someone else's success and still respect their own journey. They can admire beauty without feeling ugly. They can appreciate someone's life without hating their own. They can desire growth without becoming desperate. So practice satisfaction every day. Before sleeping, say, "Today was not perfect, but I survived. I learned something. I had something to eat. I had a chance to try again. I am still here. I still have time." This simple practice can calm your heart. It reminds you that life is not only about what is missing. Life is also about what is present. Satisfaction is not a small thing. It is inner wealth. Because a person who is satisfied is rich in peace. They may not have everything, but they are not empty. They may still be growing, but they are not restless all the time. They may still be waiting, but they are not destroying today with tomorrow's worries. So choose satisfaction. Enjoy small things. Respect your present. Keep growing, but do not forget to live. Because a free life is not the life where you have everything. A free life is the life where your heart finally learns to say, I have enough peace to breathe today. Way 7. Stop doing comparison. Comparison is one of the biggest thieves of peace. It steals your joy. It steals your confidence. It steals your gratitude. It steals your focus. It makes your own life feel small, even when your life has blessings. Many people are not unhappy because their life is truly empty. They are unhappy because they keep measuring their life against someone else's life. Someone has more money. Someone has better looks. Someone speaks better English. Someone has more followers. Someone has a better job. Someone got success earlier. Someone seems happier. And suddenly they feel behind. They forget their own progress. They forget their own struggle. They forget their own timing. They forget that every life is different. This is why comparison is dangerous. Because you usually compare your hidden struggle with someone else's visible success. You see their result, but not their pain. You see their smile, but not their silent battles. You see their achievement, but not their sacrifice. You see their confidence, but not the years they spent building it. You see their harvest, but not their planting season. So the comparison is not fair. You are comparing your full story with only one page of someone else's story. And that will always hurt you. To live freely, you must return to your own path. Your journey is yours. Your timing is yours. Your lessons are yours. Your growth is yours. Your life does not need to look exactly like someone else's life to be meaningful. A flower does not compare itself with a star. A river does not compare itself with a mountain. The moon does not lose beauty because the sun shines differently. Everything has its own place. Everything has its own purpose. Everything has its own timing. You also have your own path. Maybe someone is ahead of you in one area. But that does not mean your life has no value. Maybe someone speaks better English than you. But that does not mean you cannot improve. Maybe someone is more successful today. But that does not mean your future is finished. Maybe someone's life looks perfect. But that does not mean they have no pain. Comparison makes you forget that life is not a race with everyone. Life is a personal journey. Your goal is not to become better than everyone. Your goal is to become better than your old self. That is real growth. Compare your today with your yesterday. Ask yourself, am I learning? Am I becoming calmer? Am I becoming wiser? Am I becoming more disciplined? Am I treating myself better? Am I moving forward even slowly? These questions are better than comparison. They bring your focus back to your own growth. Because the moment you stop comparing, your energy returns. You stop wasting energy watching everyone else's life. You start using that energy to build your own life. You study, you practice, you rest, you heal, you create, you improve, you become present again. Comparison also makes you ungrateful. It makes you ignore what you have because someone else has more. But freedom begins when you say, I can admire others without hating myself. I can celebrate others without feeling small. I can learn from others without comparing my worth. I can be inspired by someone and still respect my own journey. This is maturity. Someone else's success is not your failure. Someone else's beauty is not your weakness. Someone else's confidence is not your shame. Someone else's progress is not proof that you are behind forever. There is space for you too. Your life can bloom in its own season. Your progress can happen at its own speed. Your story can still become beautiful. So stop comparing. Take your eyes back from everyone else's road. Look at your own road. Walk slowly if you need to. Rest if you need to. Learn if you need to. Start again if you need to. But do not hate your journey. You are not late. You are not useless. You are not less valuable because someone else is ahead. You are simply on your own path. And when you accept your own path, you begin to feel free. Living freely does not mean life becomes perfect. It means your heart becomes lighter. It means you stop carrying every opinion, every fear, every mistake, and every comparison like a heavy bag. It means you take things lightly. You win your inner battles. You live for yourself. You practice gratitude. You share happiness. You choose satisfaction. And you stop comparing your journey with others. This is how freedom begins. Not outside. Inside. A free person still has responsibilities. A free person still has problems. A free person still has difficult days. But they do not allow everything to control their peace. They know what to carry and what to release. They know when to speak and when to stay silent. They know when to work and when to rest. They know when to care and when to let go. So from today, breathe a little deeper. Walk a little lighter. Stop fighting every small thing. Stop chasing every outside approval. Stop punishing yourself for being human. Stop comparing your life with people who are walking a different path. Your life is still valuable. Your journey still matters. Your peace is still important. And you are allowed to live with a lighter heart. You are allowed to feel free. Not someday. Not after everything becomes perfect. But today. One peaceful choice at a time.